been using this one? No, like the blue one. We're not going to use it yet, but we will.
Open your hearts, everyone. welcome. It is so good to be with you this morning as we kick off the new church year. As this custom, it is part of our faith tradition. And in this service, we will participate in a water communion. And again, welcome, welcome. So good to be here with you. And today in service with me will be, as you heard, our wonderful choir over there, led by our choir director, Aubrey Connelly. Goodness, all of a sudden, Candelario. And then Tamara Tusney. Goodness, what is happening with you this morning? I am, so with me in service this morning, let's start over, our music team, led by our music director, Aubrey Connelly-Candelario, Tamara Musni, and the Chalice Choir. And also, we will have August Calabrese, who will be participating in the service today. I think this is the first time. I could be wrong. We also have Cammie Horn and Cooper Boris. Yay! We also have Linnea with us this morning. So we welcome all of you as we explore our Unitarian Universalist faith, which draws us into community of justice seekers and commitment to lifelong spiritual growth and compassionate service in the community. Whoever you are, whoever you love, you are welcome here. You are welcome here regardless of your color, national origin, gender, sexual orientation, age, physical or mental abilities, economic status, or religious background. We welcome you. For more information about our congregation and announcements, today go to orlandouu.org or email us at info@orlandouu.org. Also, today is Remembrance Day for 9/11. Let us take a moment of silence to reflect on the events that occurred on September 11, 2001. Let's think of all those who perished that day and those they left behind. With this remembrance, it is obvious that there is much to be sad about in the world, much to cause us to feel hopeless. And this church year, I am inviting you to, at the root of all that we do, to include an element of rest and play, to seek delights, to anchor ourselves in joy so that we can show up fully for our social justice call. Let us remember that joy can sustain us in the difficult work of bringing about the beloved community that we so seek, where peace, liberty, and justice reigns. I now call us to worship with the words of Reverend Deborah Hafner. Happy New Year. Happy New Year for our beloved community. And Happy New School Year. As we gather at the start of this new church year as a people of many ages, as people of many sexual orientations and gender identities, as people of many races and ethnicities, as people of many theologies and religious backgrounds, woven together in our love for this community, with our hopes and dreams and prayers for the year before us, with our hearts and minds and spirits ready to be touched by the year before us, with our hands and time and talent ready to be offered in the year before us. We gather together at the start of this new year with gratitude and love for those who have come before us, for those who are with us here. May it be a good year. May it be a sweet year. Come, beloveds, let us worship together.
The following words by Katie Gelfand were especially chosen for this water communion service this morning for lighting our chalice. We light this chalice as a symbol of reunion. We reunite in this sanctuary to share the flow of our hearts with one another. We gather together in ritual to celebrate our fountains of joy, to hold each other through storms of grief, to guide one another through rapids of transformation, to rest together on ponds of stillness. Together, we honor the spirit of water, its many forms, and its life-giving essence.
I'm the Reverend Susan Frederick Gray, president of your Unitarian Universalist Association. It is so good to be with you for another season of Ingathering. This time marks the end of summer, when we come together to renew our commitments to each other, to our Unitarian Universalist communities, and to begin another vital year of ministry. In the summer months, I hope that you and your loved ones found some time to rejuvenate your bodies and spirits, to rest, to enjoy the long summer days, to pursue hobbies that bring you joy. I know that the world is all too much, and it matters that we take time to rest. For rest is necessary for the quality of our lives, of our ministries, and of our spirits. We are all living in what I have come to call a liminal time, a time in between. The pandemic has upended so much. After 2 years plus of virtual and hybrid gatherings in our congregations, the ways in which people connect to religious community has broadened, and new patterns are still emerging. On so many levels, what comes next is still unfolding and being imagined. As Unitarian Universalists, we are called to care for each other and to create resilient, theologically imaginative spiritual community that sustains us and inspires us as we navigate what's to come and what is needed. And there is so much needed. From supporting access to reproductive care to showing up through UU the Vote to elect leaders that will work to protect our children, our planet, our future, and our deeply held values. It also matters that we attend to doing the fundamentals of religious community, like supporting children and families recovering from, and in some cases still experiencing, the collective trauma of the last few years. Our world needs our message of love and justice. Our world needs brave, bold, and loving communities that are in the struggle for equity, dignity, and compassion. One way to join with your sibling Unitarian Universalists in this work is through UU the Vote. You can find out more at uuthevote.org. Your Unitarian Universalist Association is the embodiment of the covenant that all of our congregations make to each other to support each other. And the UUA is here because of your commitment to make and support and amplify our values, to support each of our congregations in their time of need, and to be more than any of us are alone. At the UUA, we are committed to being steadfast partners with you in this liminal time and in all that is ahead. As you gather in this sacred hour and join again in community, may we each remember the hundreds and thousands of Unitarian Universalists that are gathering all across our association, celebrating and calling themselves back into the power and the possibility of faithful community. For we are not alone, and we make each other strong. I send you my love and my blessings as we enter this new congregation year and celebrate Ingathering. Much love and deep care to all of you.
Much love and deep care. So I just wanted to, just a reminder to all of us that we are connected to a larger UU community. So as we heard this greeting from Reverend Susan Frederick Gray, I understand that the following ritual that we're going to be participating in was something that one you did in the before times. I'd like to reintroduce it. As I've heard, some of you have missed it. So in this moment, I'd like us to take some time, which we hope to do on an ongoing basis, to greet one another and to welcome newcomers here. So let's spend about a minute or so doing that right now. Let's greet one another. And you'll know it's time to, oh my goodness. We'll play music so you know when it ends.
I think they know how to do this.
All right. Okay.
I don't know what's going on, but well, welcome everyone. And I hope children, moms can come. All of you come forward. But if you sit in front of me, you'll be able to see. I just can't step back or we have this crazy noise going on. Okay, welcome everybody. I'm Linnea, and I would like to first point out that we have this beautiful bowl up here. And you're probably wondering, what's that bowl of water for? Well, this bowl is part of our water communion. And as Reverend Susan Frederick Gray said, people all over the Unitarian Universalist world are doing this today. We're all doing this together. And later we'll be bringing our water up or pouring water from pitchers into this beautiful bowl. And it all started way back in 1980, before most of your parents were even born. And Carolyn McDade, who wrote Spirit of Life, that might ring a bell, and her friend, Lucille Chuck Longview, wanted to lift up women in ministry, women in our UU faith. And so Carolyn McDade said, as rivers in cycles release their waters and begin again with new beginnings, so do we. And she said, beginnings are powerful, but they're not always easy. So to start this church year, I have a story for you called The Little Stream Called to the Sea. Now this stream, so imagine it, some water running along, and it just yearned. It wanted to go to the sea. And so the water is bubbled. Can you bubble with me? You too. Let's bubble. And they also babbled. And sometimes they gurgled. And sometimes they roared. That's when they went over the cliff and they were waterfalls. But sometimes the stream was so clear that you could see all the pebbles in the bottom of it. Sometimes it flowed into a lake and became wide. And then, of course, it always loved going over the cliffs. Sometimes it joined other rivers, and sometimes it veered off, and sometimes it went all alone. Sometimes there were fish in this stream. Sometimes, when it was wide, it carried boats on its back. But still, it yearned to go to the sea. And eventually, it ended up in this sluggish river. Can you see this picture up here, those of you who are close? And those of you back there, use your imaginations to imagine a muddy river next to a very arid land, maybe a desert. Well, the poor stream said, "Woe is me, I will never get to the sea." But the stream was persistent and said, "I'm going to go around the desert." Nah, the desert was too wide. So then the stream said, "I'm going to go under the desert." Nope, stream was too deep. Finally, it sat there in this mud and felt so stuck until it heard this sound. Come with me, I will take you to the sea." Well, the stream said, "How are you going to do that? You're just a bunch of wind up there." And the wind said, "I can carry you through my breezes. Just be brave and let go and change." "I have changed many times," said the stream. The breeze said, "This will be different. You just need to try." Well, the stream really, really wanted to get to the sea. And so the stream let go and changed, and the breeze picked it up particle by particle and took it up into the clouds. Now, you can imagine the stream was scared. The stream was lonely. The stream was wondering what was going to happen to them. And then they realized they felt like they'd been turned inside out, and what did they see? But all kinds of sparkles. And I know some of you are wearing sparkles right now, so you have sparkles on your outside, but each one of you has sparkles on the inside too. So as these sparkles filled the air, the stream looked around and said, "I'm beautiful. I am beautiful on the inside." And then looked around and there were even more sparkles. And the river realized the breeze had picked up other streams and lakes and rivers and even some of the sea, and they were all sparkling. And they realized the stream was not alone. And then, can you ready to do this with me? Plop, plop, everybody, plop. I better not hit my microphone. Plop, plop, plop. What do you think that was? Rain. Now the rain came down, and the stream and all of its particles came down, and it became a mighty river, and it ran over the mountains and down the cliffs, and then it fell back into the sea. And when it was in the sea, the breeze blew the winds back and forth, and the waves came, and that beautiful stream was comfortable and happy. But every now and then, the breeze came again and took the stream and all of its particles up into the sky, raced it down, all the mountains and all the plains, until it went back into the sea to start all over again. And like all of us here today, we are starting over again together, being open to the kind of change that we can feel when we are living our faith. And so I'd like to invite all of you who are back there to welcome all the bubbles that will happen throughout this service, because we have a little gift for all the children. So when you get back to your seat, you can open it and blow bubbles.
Oh, yeah.
And let's sing them back to their seats.
Remind the parents to help them.
Okay. Parents, you can help them open. Wait till you get to your seats. We'll sing 118, This Little Light of Mine, as they go back. Oh, good. Sure.
Did everybody get one? Did all the children especially get one?
Splash, splash, say where'd you go this summer past? Seaside surfing, a lakeside cabin, water ships and memories too. Trickle, trickle, slop, slop, just got to add another drop. Some from OUC or some from Disney, or some from a garden host. And then I'll come you again, every one of us. Seaside surfing, a lakeside cabin, water share summer memories too. Trickle, trickle, slop, slop, just got to add another drop. Some from OUC or some from Disney, shower, store, or garden hose. Seaside surfing, a lakeside cabin, water shared summer memories too. Trickle, trickle, slop, slop, just got to add another drop. Some from OUC or some from Disney, shower, store, or garden hose. The time of this summer past.
Good morning, I'm August Calabrese. I serve on the Board of Trustees and I'm the treasurer of 1U. We invite you now into the practice of generosity. It is one of our spiritual values which sustains the life and ministries of our church community. Let us be grateful for the opportunity to give, for it is a privilege to be able to do so. And let us be grateful for our needs, for they give us the opportunity to practice receiving. The offering will now be collected. Note that you can also give online. If you're a guest visiting for the first time, there's no expectation that you give. We are simply glad that you chose to be here with us this morning. You may also support this month's Share the Plate partner, iDignity, by finding a link to their organization in our weekly newsletter. The mission of iDignity is to assist in obtaining Florida ID cards, driver's licenses, birth certificates, Social Security cards, and other documents needed to obtain a Florida ID. Let us joyfully receive what is offered here today in the spirit of gratitude and fellowship.
It's so fun. So, bring all your joys and your sorrows as we come together. Come as you are, giggling and all. Your whole self is welcome here in this sacred space we are creating together. We have a couple of joys and concerns from the community. Ann Mount continues to recover from home and would love to hear from you. We have a couple of birthdays here. So happy 15th birthday to Ethan Peabody. It's anonymous. Also, Bev Olig would like us to wish Craig, I saw Craig, Craig a very happy birthday. His birthday is tomorrow. Yay. 15. Oh, I was going to give you 10, but okay. Okay, obviously I would have been wrong. Sharon Durant had a birthday recently, and today. Oh, all right. And she brought 10? Okay, yes. And she brought cake. So during fellowship hour or coffee hour, you'll have some cake with your coffee and other little snacks that are here. So of course, we'll have fellowship hour after service today, and we have the Opportunity Fiesta that's starting today. I believe it's running 3 weeks, right? And so please check out all the different groups and offerings that this congregation, this really rich and thriving congregation, offers to all of us here, and different opportunities for you to serve and really be in fellowship with one another and get to know other members of this congregation. So also in Gore Hall, fellowship after service and fiesta, the Opportunity Fiesta. The other thing is we have a talent show coming up on October 8th, and I know we have lots of talented kids, so I'm asked to remind all of the parents and young ones that to please sign up, and you can see Rhonda Rodriguez back there. And also, we have a sorrow from Sharon as we mourn the losses from the terrorist attack of 9/11, 2001, and honor the heroic responses by patriotic Americans. I invite you to celebrate my 78th birthday with cake in Gore Hall after the service. So 2 birthday wishes to you, Sharon. And also we know that wars, fires, floods, and other devastations continue to impact the lives of many around the globe. Let us remember our connection to all living creatures and send them loving kindness. And may all be at ease. And for all the joys and sorrows in this community, shared and for those held close to the heart, let us pray, let us celebrate, and let us send each other healing energy. And now I invite you to into this guided meditation. We're going to play a video for you, and just sit as comfortably as you can.
I now invite you into meditative prayer. Center yourself in your space while focusing on your breath. Breathe in and breathe out. Close your eyes or soften your gaze as you are willing and able. Stay focused on your breath. Now, imagine you are in a clearing, a green, lush meadow where the sun is warm and a soft breeze is blowing. You are perfectly at ease in this meadow. As you travel through the clearing, you come to the edge of a forest that is calm and inviting. You might hear birds chirping from the soft rustle of the wind blowing through the breeze. the forest calls you inward, and you continue traveling deeper into the forest, knowing you are safe and held in this moment. In the forest, you come to a small lake with cool, moving water. You take a moment to rest after your long journey through the meadow and the forest. As you sit at this water's edge, you begin to reflect on your journey, both the one you just took walking through the forest and your life's journey. You look back over the moments in your life and assess how you journeyed so far. You smile and celebrate the times when you were at your best. You continue to reflect, and you commit to do better where opportunities were missed. You think about all the decisions you made and those that were made for you, all of which have led you here to this point in your life. At another water's edge, you bless all the moments, the ones where you were at your best and the ones that you commit to do better. You continue to linger at the water's edge a little bit longer, deciding on your next step. Take a moment and decide how you move forward. Now, open your eyes slowly if they are closed. And may you use all water's edge moments wisely. May they be blessed.
Earlier in the story, Linnea mentioned Carolyn McDade and Lucille Shuck. I have a quote from them about water, which says, "Water is more than simply a metaphor. It is elemental and primary, calling forth feelings of awe and reverence, acknowledging that the ocean is considered by many to be the place from which all life on our planet came. It is the womb of life. And that waters surround each of us prenatally, we now realize that this worship service was for us a new story of creation." So, as you were asked, if you remembered, that is wonderful. You have brought water to represent a place that is special for you. And if you didn't, that's okay. We have water here that you can use to represent that special place for you. So I will start us off. The water in this jar here goes back, I understand, 30 years. So once we pour all the waters together, I will take some of it home, boil it, and then put some in a jar that we will keep. So it will be mixed from water that goes back 30 years with water you have brought today. And it is also some of that water that we use when we do child dedication. So let us get started. I'm going to go ahead and pour the water from the jar into a bowl here, and then invite you to come forward. It is probably better if we come forward down this aisle. And for those who might need some assistance pouring, Linnea and I will be up here to assist. And we will now pour some water for those who are attending from home. And if you would like to, at some point during the week, bring some water in, we will commune it in this water for you before I boil some and put aside. Aubrey, did anybody who wanted to get a chance to? Good, okay. So, you know, when I'm up here, I don't see everybody who gets to come up, and just wanted to make sure if you, a lot of fun with our little bubbles, huh? If you wanted if you wanted an opportunity to share in this, really, it's one of our most meaningful rituals, bringing all these waters together. And then, as I said, we actually have water here going back 30 years, and I'm sure there are congregations who go further back. So I will now like to share a blessing on this water before we put some aside. This water is sacred. It is made sacred by the many hands that has poured it with intention and love, the many stories that each drop contains, the many lives surrounding it, and this unique moment connected by commitment and faith. This water is sacred. May it continue to flow through this community with shining reflections of the unique gifts that flow through each of its members. This water is sacred. May it continue to nurture this community with sustaining hope that we journey together through ripples of growth and change. This water is sacred. May it continue to bless this community with loving reminders of our collective responsibility to one another and the world. This water is sacred. May its ripples be a reminder that the changes and growth within this community bring movement and transformation to the world beyond our doors. This water is sacred. May its purity offer grace to our community and the willingness to forgive ourselves and one another when we make mistakes. This water is sacred. And moments when we are confused and uncertain, may it bring us clarity of purpose and commitment. The water is sacred. And moments when the reservoirs of hearts and spirits are drained by sorrow or pain, may it nourish them with the knowledge that we are surrounded by a deep and abundant love. This water is sacred. Reverend Renoir Hamony. Once again, please rise and body your spirits and join me in singing our closing hymn, number 100, Peace Like a River. Words will be on the screen. we are just getting started, beloveds. May we be faithful in our commitment to one another, to our values, and to justice in the world. Go in peace. Worship has ended, and now the service truly begins.
Please say these words with me as we extinguish the chalice. We extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts until we are together again.